Hey everyone, I created a keyboard for my favorite streamer, Kewnedragon, and I just wanted to take a minute to show it off. This is the Keycaps V3 Max. It comes with a cable with a USB-C to USB-A converter, some screws, a screwdriver, an Allen wrench, a switch and keycap puller, and a USB-A to USB-C converter, which is slightly different than the other converter, which is all pretty typical for Keycaps. It has sliders for which kind of OS you are using, along with what kind of connection you want. It also comes with Bluetooth adapters for USB-A and USB-C. Here are these switches, the films, and the stabilizers that I will be using. I wanted to use the Kewnedragon Box Inc. V2 switches because Q likes a click, but not so loud that Stream can hear it, and I know that I love these switches, so I thought that she might too. The films are from Desk Key, and the stabilizers are from Owl Labs. So the first step was to take apart the board to change out the stabilizers. This plate on top was actually screwed down, which I was not expecting. So here in a second you'll see me try to take it apart, but it doesn't budge. I was kind of hoping that this knob part would come off, but it didn't, which is unfortunate but also understandable. So it's not a huge deal. I dealt with it and it wasn't too bad. I actually had to manually unscrew all of these screws because they were so tightly screwed in that my electric screwdriver would not do anything to them. The board itself had a PET film on it, which I had never seen before, so you can see me take a second to look at it and be like, what the fuck is this? And then here I'm just getting out the stabilizer pieces so that I can lube them. And that is 1 down, 5 more to go. So then just screw them back onto the PCB, and that's what it looks like. These stabilizers also come with little stabilizer cushions, which I really appreciate, and I always use them, so this is just me putting those on. After that, I had to fit the plate back on top. It was a tight fit, but I made it work. And then I just screwed them back together. Now it's time to actually seat the PCB back into the case itself. And screw the case back together. And now it's pretty much just time to plug it in and make sure it works, which I should have made sure that I did first, but I always forget, so that's a thing. And wow, that is so much brighter on screen than it was in person. And now it's time to lube every single switch. So on a 10 keyless keyboard, which is what size this is, there are around 80 to 85 switches on it. In total, it took me about 3 hours to lube and film every switch and lube the stabilizers as well. I normally don't do this all in one sitting, but I guess I was feeling frisky because I did do this lubing and filming all in one sitting. It was also kind of funny because when I went back and watched over the video, I noticed that I would periodically be sitting there and just rocking back and forth. And then I sped this up to ×6 speed, and so now I just kind of look like every once in a while I'm just shaking back and forth like I'm in an insane asylum. So yeah, that's always cool. And it's time for the last switch, and then I just plug it in and test every switch, which I do off camera because it's quite tedious, and also I accidentally stopped recording. The keycaps came in a few days after everything else. Most of the keys will be using this set from the Capco. The WASD keys will be ceramic keycaps from Sarah Key, and the escape key was actually an artisan keycap from Breakwood on Etsy. And here's the final product. Overall, I'm super happy with how it turned out. I really love the shine through on the keycaps, and the muted yet creamy noise on the switches is very nice. And with that, let's go do a sound test.